Welcome to another episode of Unfiltered Talks with Shahnaz Mirza. I'm Shahnaz Mirza, and today with me is Dr. Misbah Mansha. Dr. Misbah is a clinical psychologist, a cognitive behavioral therapist. She's been in this field for 15 years. She's worked both in UK and Pakistan. Her work revolves around helping individuals with stress, trauma, anxiety, relationship difficulties by using evidence-based cognitive behavioral therapies. Welcome to the show, Dr. Misbah.
Thank you for having me.
Currently, in today's world, we see a lot of people from young children, adolescents, to grown-ups, to adults, to even in their latter years, going through a lot of mental disorders. And most of the times, this is something which is not even talked about, or this is something which is people think it's normal and they do not even find a solution for it. Now, as per the World Health Organization, we have 1 in 8 people, around 970 million people suffering from mental disorders, which is almost a billion. 970 million is a billion, almost 1 in 8. So first of all, doctor, tell us what exactly, when we talk about mental disorders, what exactly are we talking about? Let us try to understand what it is.
So you mean what mental health is,
Yes,
or a
mental
mentally healthy
health.
person is? It's not a rocket science, Shahnaz.
Yes.
A person or mentally healthy person is the person who can connect with other people, the person who can maintain his relationships, and especially the person who can come back from setbacks.
Right.
Because it's not like we all are not superhumans.
Correct.
Mental health is part of life. We do feel sad, we do feel anxious, we do feel agitated easily sometimes.
Right.
The circumstances, the situation is changing. But a person whose productivity is not affected, he goes down, but then he knows how to get back himself up.
Right.
He knows how to build the resilience in himself. He
Right.
knows how to look after himself. He has the ability to maintain relationships, to look after other people. He has the ability to enjoy the situation he is in. That is called, mostly we call him a mentally healthy person.
Right. Okay. Now, in terms of the Ipsos statistics, I will just throw out some numbers. They say 32%, this was a report done in 2023, 32% of people face some kind of mental anxiety, whether it's depression, whether it's stress, it's anxiety. So can we just go over, first of all, what are these disorders, if we can, kind of group them or class them? So there's stress, there's anxiety, there's depression, and then there's the, the much severe, bipolar disorders and other issues as well.
If you go into detail, we're going to spend hours, honestly,
Sure.
because there's
Yeah.
a huge range of different mental health disorders, okay?
Right.
So on our fingertips, what we see in our society is depression.
Right.
So we divide them into depressive disorders and anxiety disorders.
Correct.
So let's say panic disorders are anxiety disorders. Obsessive compulsive disorder is an anxiety disorder. On the other hand, being sad or, emotionally being unwell or not being able to enjoy the situation is more of a depressive disorder. You're going into the depression. Although these two disorders, honestly, they go hand in hand. The anxiety and the depressive disorders, they go hand in hand.
All right.
A person may start with being depressed and then gradually develop the anxiety and then gradually develop the other disorders connected with it. Let's say phobias, let's say panic disorder, let's say generalized anxiety disorder, or obsessive compulsive disorder, right? Okay. So it's not, we just cannot, until we professionally assess someone and give them a diagnosis, we kind of know exactly that, okay, this is what he's going through, and this is more apparent, right? Okay.
What are the symptoms that we would look for all these different kind of mental disorders for a normal person?
So let's say a person comes to me he may have more of the obsessive compulsive disorder symptoms.
Okay. So I'll just stop you there. So when you say obsessive compulsion disorder symptoms, what exactly would he be doing? Say a normal person, a lady or a man, what exactly would he be doing? Because as a layman, I would not know what is, but you being a clinical psychologist, you would know that he's going through this.
Yeah.
So in my house, suppose I see, what should I look out for if somebody is, having the obsessive compulsion disorder?
So OCD or obsessive compulsive disorder it's to understand it, it's like two words, obsessions and compulsions.
Right.
So you have the thoughts. Okay.
Right.
So let's say my hands are not clean. So this thought keeps coming to his head again and again and again.
Okay.
So that's an obsession. That's an unhelpful negative thought. That creates an anxiety. Okay. So if I'm worried about something, I'm going to get anxiety.
Right.
Nobody wants that anxiety.
Correct.
To get rid of that anxiety, we do something. So then comes behavior.
Right.
Compulsion is a behavior.
Right.
Okay. When I know my hands are not clean, I'm going to go and wash my hands.
Exactly.
Washing my hands is a behavior. Okay. If my anxiety is not to a normal state, once I wash my hands, I'm happy, okay, my hands are clean. But in case of obsessions, the thought become an obsession, and then it keeps coming to the person's head again and again. He's not happy that his hands are actually clean. He will go again because the anxiety is there. You want to get rid of that anxiety.
Right.
So he goes again and wash hands again, and then again, and then again. That's a compulsion. So obsessive compulsion disorder is part of, it's combination of those two things, the thoughts and then your behavior.
Right.
And the anxiety comes in the middle, which is the main aim to get rid of.
All right. Okay. All right. So this is the OCD part of it. Now, for a normal person, like our daily lives, we go in and out of work. We children going to school, colleges, and there's a lot of stress with regards to either the work, project submissions, things they need to do, deadlines they need to meet. That stress or that anxiety, where does that come into play? Or what do you call that? In technical terms, you can say.
Yeah.
And what does one need to do eventually to kind of, sort that kind of stress from their lives? Because this is something everybody faces. Maybe the OCD is not everybody. There's maybe a person, but this kind of stress that we are going in and out of our jobs, in and out of our daily lives, and we face this stress and anxiety. We're always on the edge.
Yeah.
This is something
like
that
I said, it is part of life. The anxiety and stress is good. If we don't have that stress, we're not going to meet up our challenges. We're not going to meet up those targets. If a student does not stress about passing the exam, he's not going to prepare for it.
Right.
So that way, anxiety is good. But what we need to do is we need to look at productivity. Right? Okay. Right. If the productivity is not affected and the person is dealing with their stress in a healthy way. Right. Okay. Now, what are the healthy ways? So if he or she is stressed, they are understanding and accepting that they are stressed. Okay. And they look after themselves. They're exercising. Right. They're talking to someone. Right. They are looking after their food, what they're eating. Okay, they're taking small breaks. Right. Okay, they're having those hobbies to look after themselves and to relieve that stress. Okay. So when we run the groups, let's say on stress or anxiety, we use this small example of a stress bucket. Okay, so imagine you have a bucket. Okay, so this bucket is going to get filled up with all the stress you have. Right. So life is going to throw you the things which you don't want. So you have targets to meet. Right. You have your manager managing your life, life.
More than the work, he's managing your life.
Yeah. Exactly. You have your kids running around. You have your house to look after. I mean, as ladies, we can relate to it.
Of course, definitely.
And then the extended family pressures, right? So life is going to throw all those stresses onto you, and your bucket is going to get filled up. Right. Now you need to see how you're going to make those holes.
Right.
Yes.
Let go of it.
So you make holes through hobbies.
Uh-huh.
You go for exercise, you made a hole in it.
Correct.
You go for yoga, you're meditating, you made a hole into
Okay.
it.
So the pressure,
Okay.
the anxiety gets out.
Yes, yes.
And your bucket is more empty and relaxed.
Your
Okay,
bucket
got
is
it.
getting emptied,
Right.
and your brain is more focused on how to manage it healthy.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
How can I make my life a routine where I give everything a small box? So I have, let's say, when I work with the kids, I tell them, okay, let's make boxes for everything. Okay. A box for preparation for your
Okay.
exams, a box to look at what we're going to eat today, a
Right.
box where we're going to look at how we're going to play something, let's say a music or something, or a
Right.
hobby, a box where we're going to put down that what time we need or we have to do some exercise. Okay.
Right.
Can we go out or not? If we can't go out, what can we do at home? Okay.
Right.
And then a box where I really like to put something in which they enjoy, really
Right.
enjoy,
Right.
which makes them relaxed, calm. The more we are calm, the more we're relaxed, we can put our life on a track, on a
Right.
routine. When it's on a routine and we're not into this mental fog where everything is rushing,
Right.
and we kind of are close to so crashing down
Right.
that I cannot do anything.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Because this is what happens.
Yeah. Most of the times people don't realize what's happening with them. The
Yeah.
stress adds on, the anxiety adds on. And then there's a point where everything is just complete breakdown, maybe depression,
Yeah.
maybe complete mental, chaos.
Yeah.
All right.
If you've seen a juggler,
Yeah.
he juggles balls.
Right.
Okay. But he can only juggle certain amount of balls.
Right.
4 or 5
Yeah.
or 6 maybe his
And
capacity.
if you're doing more in your daily lives.
If you're gonna give him 10
Yeah.
balls, he's gonna
gotta-
crash.
Yes.
All
crash.
the balls are
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
crash.
Yeah.
So this
All
is
right.
how life
Yeah.
is.
So this is very well that you put on that, you need to get your hobbies and things like that, to get rid of that pressure in the bucket. But I will take you one step behind. And you also mentioned about how you do things with your patients, maybe put things in boxes but that is when they come to you.
Yeah.
Suppose they do not come to you
Okay.
and they're at home still. And as already you mentioned that they can put their lives, or they can put the issues that they're going through, maybe get out the stress with the hobbies that they're going through, or get it out with all the other things. But if they have still not recognized, for some people, I don't know, it's denial, but maybe they feel, no, I'm fine, though they are stressing out. I see people, I know friends, I know some even in family, you see the stress.
Yeah.
You see the lady's going through everything, but she's like, no, I'm fine.
It's very
She
common.
doesn't talk about it.
No.
She feels that, no, I'm fine. And we see that she's anxious. She's on the edge. Children are scolded for no reason or nothing.
Yeah.
She's running from pillar to post, trying to get things done, but still she will not accept it. And every day, either it's sleepless nights, next day, the same routine, getting up, the children, going to work, coming back, and that goes on. So where is it that ladies, or people for that matter, even men, I should say, and this happens to be the Men Mental Health Month. I don't know. I just read about it. So May is the Women Mental Health Month, and June is Men Mental Health Month. So women especially, for reasons, maybe societal reasons, that you would
It's
be
the stigma.
stigmatized, yes. So they don't come up with saying that, yes, I'm going through something. So at that stage, for her to accept it, is there something that we can do so that she comes to that point saying, yes, I'm going through this. I need support. I need, before she comes to a therapist, before that stage, just to recognize it, just for herself.
Yeah. I think we need to do what we're doing right now more and more.
Right.
But stigma is still there.
Right.
Big stigma.
Correct.
Big time. It's
Yeah.
there. And we still are, yes, we've got more technology. We're more connected now.
Correct.
However, this technology has created actually another barrier, another mask for us.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look at the social media.
Right.
The influencers are showing their life, a perfect life where they don't have any problem.
Right.
They're living this rosy life where
Yeah.
every day is like a holiday.
Yeah.
They're eating this posh food. It's not that.
It's not that way.
It's not that.
Yeah.
So we really need to talk about it more and more.
Yeah.
We really need to have small groups.
Right.
Support
Yeah.
system. Yes. And I keep saying I think at an individual basis, Shahnaz, like I'm sure you would be doing, and I do that all the time.
Yeah.
Whenever I talk to my friends,
we let out some of it.
Yes, and I say
we let out some steam. We need to.
Exactly. When I have a circle of friends, so we do kind of kitty parties where everybody dressed up and comes and eat the food and everything. So then, like last time I met, I said, okay, once a month, how about we have this party where we just don't get ready, like very fancy. Okay, just come
together.
However you like.
Yeah.
If you like to get ready, yes, you do. But how about we sit down and we just talk about ourselves?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, what do we like? How are we facing the life? What we are finding challenging?
Difficult. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
difficult.
how we could work around those issues that is challenging us. Yeah. I think even talking to somebody, just a friend, a colleague or somebody can let out some steam and let them feel a little more relaxed.
Yeah. I mean, I tell my friends that, or even clients, when they come to the first session, I say, okay, let's look at your life as if you're watching someone else's life.
Right.
Sit down for 5 minutes.
Tell me everything.
And imagine you're watching a movie.
Right.
Okay. And watch a movie of your own life.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
See what you see.
Right.
What would you advise to yourself?
Right. Yeah.
Look at your life as you're looking at someone else's life.
Right.
What advice would you give?
Right. Okay.
And that is a moment where they sit down and they realize, actually, I really need to look after myself.
Right. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I think the most important thing is that we have to make it common practice that just like you go to a doctor, get your body checked, get some tests done when your body is feeling unwell, the same with your mental health. It needs to get common. It needs to get, as every regular routine for people, men, women, children.
Yeah.
And having said that, even with children and with young teenagers, we see a lot of anxiety and stress. As per the Ipsos report, 44% of that is in the young adults, that a lot of them face some kind of mental anxiety or some kind of stress. It's related to digital devices or the social media. And though we're so connected in today's world because of the digital devices and social media, but still there is a disconnect. And we still see people facing a lot of mental anxiety.
Yeah.
And why is that?
Although, like you said, there is a lot of connectivity, there is a lot of technology.
Right.
The side effects has come hand in hand.
Right.
Okay. Yes, we can, with a touch, we can send a message, we can send an email.
See people
but
on a
at the
video.
same time, the race has increased. The race to compete, to go ahead, has increased with it. Okay.
Big time, yeah.
Just a little example, when we just had the emails,
Right.
So I remember we used to look at our emails only at work,
Right.
and then reply them back.
That's
now
it.
We've got our emails into
on
our
the
hands.
phone, so keep
We're
checking
all
them.
the time into it. Sometimes I tell my husband, please put it down. And then he'll say, no. If I wouldn't email or if I wouldn't text, someone else will.
Right.
Okay. So this race to compete and this race to go ahead of someone else has increased with it massively.
Yeah.
The life has become so fast.
Competitive now.
Fast paced. The challenging and the wish to earn more money, the wish to earn more power over other people have increased so much that people are running into this race the whole time. They're not shutting down.
Yeah.
And that not shutting down is increasing a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety, because they don't have time for themselves.
Yeah.
And then again, because of the media, there's a lot of masking.
Right.
Okay? We're showing something else, but we are not that.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kids try to be cool. The wish to be cool, the wish to be in, the wish to be the popular one among that group.
Right.
We used to have groups at school.
Right.
Now we have WhatsApp groups.
Exactly.
Now we have Snapchat groups.
Correct. TikTok, Snapchat,
TikTok, Snapchat, everything. I mean, if I give you a day to spend on your phone,
of course,
you're not going to do anything else, because you would have so many groups where you'd have to respond to every group and try to be cool or send the most advanced memes and all those things. So all this race and all this competition has increased a lot of stress and anxiety, and it took that focus from our life. Okay. If I want to be cool, I cannot focus on my studies.
Exactly.
If I want to stay connected with the extended family and
fashion,
the latest fashion,
I'm looking at all that.
I cannot keep up with the routine of my life, with the routine of my house.
Yeah, because all the time that you had before, after doing the routine or after doing your studies, you would spend a little bit, in your relaxing or taking the time out with being with your family. But now we're spending that extra time we have on social media. And that's even encroaching in our daily lives, so that even our daily lives, the time is less now to do our routines, to do our jobs.
Shana, children are so lonely. Yes, they are connected, to say so. But still the loneliness has increased because they cannot show what they actually are. So that loneliness, that feeling of belongingness is not there. They are showing something else, and it's increasing day by day. Like I said, I give the example of putting the things into boxes. And then I tell my children, put that something into that box and forget about the rest. Okay? Deal with one box at a time. We all need to deal with one box at a time, with that present moment, because when we are rushing to compete in the next moment, or when we are regretting what we've just had done, it could have done better than so and so, then the focus is gone. We're rushing ourselves. We're stressed. We're anxious.
But as you say this, you keep saying that you put it in a box, but because you are a psychologist and you know that the children are going through something, but if I'm a layperson, I'm not a psychologist, I may have watched my children very close. I may have seen that they're maybe not talking too much, they're not smiling, or they're not happy too much. But otherwise, what is it that I should look out for? Let's take it groups. Let's take the younger children before teenage. What is it that I should look out for in these children so that I know, yes, he's going through something? I remember maybe back then when my children were little, sometimes they would be very cranky, crying for something or the other, even when you're going out. And maybe back then I didn't realize that, okay, there is something else that has bothered him maybe, and he's crying, or, he's not telling us, but he's just being cranky, just saying something. So as a mother who's not, very well aware of what is happening, should she look out for, and how should she tackle that then in these younger children, say before the teenage years? Teenage is a different ball game altogether. We'll take that in a bit. So in these younger children.
Okay. So I teach even my own daughter that every behavior has a meaning to it. Okay. Every little thing, a lie or a crankiness or a cry, has a meaning behind it. Okay. So if all of us as a mom look at those meaning instead of just looking at that
crying
behavior, right? Okay. If the child is throwing a tantrum, that does have a reason. Okay. So looking back, I'll just share a little example that my son recently lied to me. Okay. And I figured it out.
Right.
Okay, then we sat down and I said, okay, it's happened, right? Tell me, why did you lie? Why did you have the need to lie to me? We have a rule that we don't lie to each other. And then he said, if I had told you, Mommy, you wouldn't let me go with those boys out there.
Exactly. That reminds me of a similar situation. Somewhere back, my son is 21 now, my eldest. And somewhere back in his school days, when he was in grade 6, he was beaten by a teacher. And he never came and told me, because every time when they would come and tell me, I would, of course, ask them, what did you do? And then go and approach the teacher, because the teachers are not supposed to hit. But he kept that within him all these years. Sixth standard, he would be probably even barely 10 or 11, 12 maybe. And now one day he said that to me. And then he said, even if I would have told you, you would have scolded me first. So somewhere, I think as parents also, we should know what the child is going through and realize that. So I told him, I said, no, I would have at least known what is the reason. Okay, he beat you, the teacher, but you should tell me the whole story as to what happened.
Parents is modeling, a lot of modeling. We are modeling nowadays for our children to be parents later on. Okay. And there is no behavior which is managed with punishment. Okay. Yes, I completely agree. There should be boundaries. I'm not against boundaries. Every behavior should be monitored. Right. But there's no punishment. Punishment never teaches you. This was an old style of teaching. We used to think that if a child is doing something, you give them negative reinforcement in a professional language, and then he would stop doing it. No, that's not the right way. Ignorance is the right way of teaching. You ignore the bad behavior and you encourage the right behavior. Okay. If he's doing something nice, say, well done, wow, I really like that. Would you do that again, please? The child would do that. Okay. With parents, with moms, talk. Stay connected to your children. Go to their rooms, sit with them, talk to them, no matter how small they are. No matter how small they are. The little play. What does the child therapist do? They just sit with children.
Play and talk to them, children. Get out what's in their imagination.
All the moms can be
child therapists.
You sit down with your child, you talk to them, and when you have this habit of talking to them, you will pick things. Children will tell you. They are ready to tell you. They really want somebody
to listen and to be there.
Yes, exactly. Like, let's say it's a small example and silly one. I tell my children every kind of, we sit down at the table and I tell them, look, even if you kill someone out there, come and tell me. I'm going to stand with you and we're going to sort this out. I'm not saying you're not going to face the consequences and I'll save you from them. You will face the consequences of your actions because every action has a consequence. Okay? It's not that they haven't done anything at school. They have done silly things and they have had the punishment, time out, standing outside the class. And I was fine with that. But wherever the teacher has broken its boundaries, wherever I realized, I remember once I went to my son's school and I said, look, the school is to build my child. You're not building, you're breaking him down. If a punishment is building my child, I'm happy for him to have that. But if you're not building and you're actually crushing his confidence, I'm sorry, I can't let you do that.
I think in today's world, we are getting to that stage where moms are getting a little more aware. So they are taking up this issue and teachers are getting aware as well. But back in maybe 10, 12 years ago, still it wasn't so much when my child was. But I used to get to school every time something happened. And I would see that, once the teachers, so the child would feel at least a little sense of confidence that, yes, my mom stood up for me. But sometimes children don't. They don't say anything because they will think that maybe my parent would turn around.
There is a research and we call it lighthouse parenting.
Okay.
Lighthouse, I'm sure you've seen the lighthouse. That it shows the path.
Right.
Okay, it shines the light.
Right.
For the ships. Okay.
Right.
So what we say as professionals now is to the parents
Right.
that you be like a lighthouse to them.
To show them the path.
Don't hold their hand and get them to walk on a certain way. They're not
Right.
going to walk on that.
Right.
Okay. Yes, there will be some personalities,
right.
but not all children.
Right.
Let them find their own path. You just show the light. Whenever they are
lost.
They are lost. They are wearing away.
Yeah.
Okay. You show the light. Hang on. Actually, this is the way. Okay. That's the best parenting. That's the best way of teaching them instead of, sitting down or teaching them lectures and all that. That's why the generation gap comes in and they don't listen to you. They
don't
listen.
Like,
they say to your face, I don't need lectures.
Yeah. Today's children, you cannot.
Yeah.
The generation Alpha, oh my God, they're difficult. They're very difficult to deal with. Now, talking of children, besides this younger, the toddler before 10, before 11, coming to teenage. Now, teenage, this is a complete different set of humans, They are trying to battle between no more being children to now being adults.
Yeah.
They have their mind, they have their thinking, they have their ways of doing things, and they want to have their own identity.
Oh, yeah.
They see the peers, there is pressure from the peers. They see all the good things on social media. They want to be like the fashionista they see, the girls, the guys want to be the coolest guys so that they impress the girls. All this that is happening in teenage years. And back in our days, if I look back then, we did not have much choice to even voice ourselves, or, because I don't know what has changed from then, how our parents dealt with it. But back then, parents said something and we would listen. We would say, okay, they're parents. But now, on the contrary, you say something and they have an answer. They don't want to do what you're saying. And they have an answer ready for that kind of a situation, So this is something that is, I think, with a lot of parents, they do face these issues. How should they cope up with, children? And what should they do in this situation so that the children are, of course, they will have their friends, they will go out, they will do all the things, but still there is that thing that this is family, they will come back, these are my parents, so I should listen to them, and they grow up more healthily rather than having all the stress, having anxiety about everything. There is a clash, there are things that they don't want to listen. So is there anything that we can do at this stage, especially as parents, so that this is tackled?
Okay. One simple thing, right? When we see children standing here and we're standing here.
Right.
Okay. 2 different generations. There's a gap between.
Correct.
They are not going to come and stand here.
Correct.
How about you leave your place and stand next to them?
By. Yeah.
Okay. You stand here. Try and understand. Try and be more empathetic. Try and put yourself into their shoes. The challenges they're facing. The look they want. Okay. It's not and people might disagree with me. When the girls are teenagers, they want all that fashion, and the mums are worried about, being Muslims, certain type of dressing, This is just one example. And I tell them, look, this is not the end of the world.
Right.
Let her
do.
Yes, put some boundaries in.
Right.
Okay. But let her do what she wants to do under your supervision.
Right.
Okay. So the main thing is, it's very small thing saying but it's quite a big thing. You've got to be supported. Like I said, they are still very lonely. They need you. They want to tell you all those things. But when they see there is a wall in between you and them, that stops them. The barrier.
Okay.
Shanaz, have you ever seen the tug of war, the game?
Yeah, of course. There's one end pulling from here.
Yeah, one end pulling from the one side and the other. What is it in that rope? Tension.
Yeah, tension.
the
A lot of
stress in that
tension.
rope.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're pulling from one side and they're pulling from the other side.
Yeah. Ultimately,
right?
it might even break.
It might even break,
Right.
or the stress is going to be there
Yeah.
the whole
Of
time,
course. Of
right?
course. Yeah. Yeah.
They're not going to leave the rope. They're
Yeah.
not at that age.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Got
If
it.
you leave the rope, that is you being a bigger person. You let go that rope.
Right.
And you come and stand to their side.
And help them understand what they
and
want.
help them and understand
Support
them.
them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Play video games with them.
Yeah.
Try and see that technology, what they are using.
Right. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, I know it's difficult.
Yeah.
But bit by bit, small efforts. Go and sit with them.
Right.
Don't sometimes even talk to them.
Just be there.
Just be there. They want you to be there.
Right.
As long as you're there,
Right.
wait for the right moment when they will come and crash into your lap.
Okay.
And they will, promise.
Yeah.
They will. They will.
So they're waiting
because they
for
need that support.
Yes, they're waiting for that bond to be built.
They are waiting.
You have missed on building that bond at some stage in your life.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. All right. Now, in terms of mental health, as we are discussing, I do have a friend, and I do remember that there is a lot going on with her. But I'm not maybe the technical one to understand what it is. There are times that she completely shuts down. She cannot talk to people because there is something happening, maybe with the in-laws, maybe with her home, with her children. She has, and a lot of times either she's not able to talk. She finds herself very restless. Even at night, she's not able to sleep. Sometimes, there is a phone call and I'm able to speak to her, and then she tells me this happened, that happened. But it's just they're small, trivial things. Maybe a small argument with the husband, maybe something the son said. But in that situation, she doesn't know what to do. In that situation, she feels worked up. Or so say if her husband was there and he would see that she's getting, agitated because of something, how would he understand? So for somebody who's a family member, seeing somebody go through this, what should be he looking out for? What should be he doing so that, okay, he knows first, okay, these are things that are happening. They're triggered because of some kind of stress. And then having understood that it is some kind of stress or anxiety, what should she do to overcome that?
So looks like your friend is going through a very typical picture of most of our ladies are going through.
Right.
The stress and the anxiety.
Right.
And when that stress and anxiety is too much to deal with, and when she sees herself not being able to cope with the things around her, she's sad. She's depressed.
Right.
Like I said in the beginning, that depression and anxiety go hand in hand.
Right.
We're anxious, we're running around to sort everything out, and when we're not able to, because we're not using the healthy ways to deal with them.
Right.
Okay. When we see that, yes, I've got these tasks, and you try to do all those tasks in this certain amount of time, and they're not doable, and we're not doing them.
Right.
Okay, at the end of the day, you're going to crash down and you're going to see yourself as a failure. As soon as you're going to see yourself as a failure, you're going to feel bad and sad about yourself.
Right.
Okay. And then people are going to shut their phones down. Then they're going to avoid seeing people. Then they're going to sit down at home, either accept, oh, I can't do anything, I'm a failure, just leave me alone, or shut down for some days and then try and get back. Or just shut down other people and show them that, yes, you're doing everything, but you don't need them.
Right. And I'm strong and I'm doing it, but but still they're suffering deep down.
Yes.
So what is it that they should do at that stage? How can they completely get out of it?
Okay.
Maybe it is something that has happened in the past for them to get them to be at this stage. Because those little things on a daily basis, those happen every day,
Yeah.
There are times that your husband says something, you don't like it, but you the normal reaction would be, okay, either you say something, if you're the feisty one, or you kind of just say, all right, if you're the quiet and I'm the feisty one, so there's always things getting, words, banter words in,
You
in my
keep
home.
saving it
Yeah.
up into back of the mind.
Yeah.
Okay.
But for those who are not able to maybe even shrug it off on that daily basis with their sons or families or at their workplace with their boss, maybe there's something bottled up from before. Maybe there is something from childhood. I do not know. So how can we know for this person what is the reason, what has happened with him, and how can she or he get out of this completely so that every time somebody says something, somebody does something, they don't take it like, oh my God, the world has come to an end and, what is it? And I'm the last person who can do anything and, to get all those negative things in your mind. And I'm useless and I'm this and I'm that.
Yeah.
So what should that person do, first of all? And before what should he do? What are the different, things that we would see in such person, in a person who's going through all this?
Okay. So if we are talking about signs, okay, as a professional, I put signs, when I assess them,
Right.
I put signs into certain sections or boxes. So I
Right.
would first of all look at physical signs.
Right.
If you talk about physical signs, the person would have headaches.
Right.
The person would be,
Sleeplessness.
sleeplessness. Their blood pressure might go up. Okay, they need
Caffeine,
to get
even taking a lot of coffee. Is that?
that's a behavioral sign. So
Right.
because, like I said, every action has a reaction to
Right.
it, right? We
Yeah.
all know that's
Yeah.
a physics, a little physics involved in it.
Right.
So whenever we have anxiety, whenever we have stress, we don't want that.
Right.
We look for ways to deal with it,
All
to
right.
get rid of it.
Right.
Okay, that's our behavior.
Right.
Okay, so physical signs would be headaches, rushing through things,
Right.
breathlessness is very common one. You will see people talking fast.
Right.
You will see people breathless.
Right.
Okay, easily breathless. That's another
That is
common sign.
Yeah, something has
Is that-
happened and they're immediately triggered and they just get out of breath. Okay.
Yeah. Emotional signs would be they'll feel on edge. They'll be easily irritable.
Right.
They'll bite back.
Right.
On small things, they'll snap.
Right.
Right. Okay. Sleeplessness.
Right.
Food intake either will be too much or too less.
Uh-huh.
You'll see people, they will lose in short amount of time so
Weight.
much weight, and then you
And
will
sometimes
like,
maybe
okay, what
gain.
happened? Oh, and then
gain.
yes,
Yeah.
gain.
They
That's
just go on
another
a
common one.
eating binge.
With eating disorder, this is the so common thing because they are eating to get rid of certain things.
Certain things
right?
that is,
or to
affecting.
mask on certain things. They're using food to please them.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cognitive signs. We call it as a cognitive science as a professionals.
Right.
But as a layman, I would say about their thoughts.
Right. Okay.
They will feel racing of thoughts.
Right.
They'll feel this mental fog, where they wouldn't be able to see
focus.
that focus.
One task at a time.
Yeah. And they wouldn't be able to see where to pick,
Right.
what to do first or what to do after, right? Okay. Sometimes some people feel like as if their thoughts are stuck. Okay, that happens in rare cases, but that can happen.
Right.
So these are the signs.
Right.
But as a layman, I would see if your sister or your friend or yourself are going through these things. Your blood pressure is high. You're having continuous headaches. You're easily irritable. You're you're easily angry on small things.
Right.
Okay,
Yeah.
you need to first of all realize that there's something wrong.
There's something going on and accept it, because
And
that
accept it.
acceptance is the tough part. You think you're normal and all this is happening with you and you think, no, I'm normal. There's nothing wrong with me. And people don't want to accept that. So that is,
I say all the time to my lovely friends and women and to everybody who is listening, there's no superwoman. There's no super mom concept. There's no super dad. There's no superman. There's nobody who is super. We all are human beings.
Right. Yeah.
We need help. We
Right.
need to delegate tasks.
Right.
There's nobody in this world who has achieved something without help of people around them. So we have people around us. We just need to see how we can use them, how we can delegate tasks when we try to do everything. Because what is stress? Stress is you have certain amount of abilities.
And you're doing more than what you
Yes.
can. Okay.
You're
And
doing
trying
more
to,
than when we have less time, less resources.
right.
Okay. But tasks are more.
Right.
We're stressed
Right.
because they're not doable.
Yeah.
So please start saying no. Please
Right.
start accepting that you're only a human being. Please start delegating the tasks. Give your husbands a task. It's absolutely fine. They're part of the family. They're partners.
Yeah, correct.
Yes, they do work outside. We all feel for them. And yes, we're very thankful. They work outside. They bring more money.
They bring the bread on the table.
They bring the bread on the table.
There should be some kind of...
They are partners. Yes. You have the equal rights. Okay.
Right.
To be partners with them, they should divide the load.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Especially the things to do with children, like,
Yes.
at least going out there for the parent teachers, checking up on your child, checking up on the teacher's tuition, what is happening, and things like that. And and
it's okay to accept. At certain times, you can do certain things very well. I remember there was a time I was really good with technology.
Right.
If anything happens to my husband's laptop or something, he'll say, "Can you please fix it?" And I used to do that. Now I'm completely opposite.
Right.
So I've given it back to him. I was like, "No, I can't do that now because it's been so long and I haven't
you're not in touch with
polished
it
my skills on that." So even I've given him. We have divided the kids.
Right.
So I look after the youngest kids' school emails and everything, and he does the big
Elder
kids.
One. Which is the way it should be, actually. Yeah, that's the way.
Yeah.
But we see in a lot of families that's normally not the way, and the lady's just running helter-skelter, trying to do everything, trying to achieve until she reaches that breakdown point. And from there to come out is very difficult. So just to recapitulate, you mentioned about the behavioral signs, you mentioned about the physical signs, and then also the cognitive signs.
Yeah.
So those, I think, are something that, all our listeners and viewers should be aware of, like in terms of not being able to get sleep, not being able to, perform a task properly, the fogginess and all these. The cognitive, the thoughts, basically, are these now... We'll take the cognitive. So these are the ones where you would be always thinking that you can't do it, or what are the kind of cognitive, thoughts or things that would, signs that one should look out for?
We wouldn't go in a lot of detail because then that there is a lot of psychology involved. Yes. But like, let's say people ask me what CBT is, cognitive behavioral therapy. So what we do is we look at cognitions and we look at behaviors. So like I said in the beginning, these two things are attached. Okay. It's not the situation that makes you feel the way you feel.
Right.
It's how you perceive the situation. Okay.
Okay.
I'm sitting among my best friends, and there is food, there is music, there is everything, but I can still feel lonely.
Right.
Because there is something going on at top of my head.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So your thoughts can make you feel the way you feel.
Right.
And the way you feel can then affect your behavior.
Right.
If you're upset and if you're sad, a party wouldn't be able to please you. You would like to get out of it as soon as you have the chance.
Yeah.
Right?
So in those situations now, okay, we accept it. These are the signs. We go through it. Now we've also felt that we're lonely, even sometimes in a crowd. We're not enjoying that. There's food, there's music, there's everything, and there's still something. That stage, what does that person do? Not the immediate situation, but something in the next few days or weeks for him to completely fix himself. What should he or she do?
The first thing is, you're not going to get fixed yourself in certain amount of days.
Right.
Okay.
It's a long process.
It's a long process because you've had a long time accumulating all these things inside you. Okay. So this is the problem with psychological problems. They're not going to get fixed in one day, and people want a quick fix. That's not going to happen.
That's not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Baby steps.
Right.
You need to... I say, yes, there is technology and it has brought us so many bad things, but then it has brought us a lot of education.
Right.
There's a lot of
Okay.
education available. Please
Mhm.
educate yourself, learn about yourself. There's free links and websites on learning and seeing what type of personality you are.
Okay.
What things, can make you easily
Mhm.
feel sad, right?
So now that we've seen somebody go through the signs that you just mentioned, the behavioral signs, the physical signs, symptoms or signs, and even some kind of cognitive signs, for that person who's going through all this, what is it that she should or he should do so that he gets out of this entire, stressful, anxious situation? Because this is something that she or he will go through every day of his life.
Yeah.
What should he or she do? And what is the time frame for them to feel that, okay, now they're out of this, now they're better, now they're healed, or now they're recovered?
Shanaz, healing is a process.
Right.
It will be ongoing.
Okay.
Okay. Yes, technology has brought a lot of things which are not very helpful,
Right.
but there are a lot of good things. One of them is education. So there is a
Right.
lot of education available
Right.
online, on internet. Please educate yourself. I keep saying to my ladies, please educate yourself, and to men as well.
Yeah.
It's really important. Yes, we've been brought up in certain ways. We had a certain type. I'm not saying bad parenting. We've had good parenting as well. But it's you now. You're a grown up. You're an adult.
Right.
And if you wouldn't sit on the driving seat of your car, who will? If you wouldn't sit, your anxieties will.
Right.
Take control of your life.
Right.
Your depression will.
Right.
Or your friends and family will. And then you will not know which direction to go.
Right.
So first of all, look at your life. Okay, try and get the control back.
Right.
Take baby steps.
Correct.
It's not going to happen in one day. It's not going to happen in 1 week. It's an ongoing process because you have accumulated all that stuff. You have bottled
Over
up
years.
all that stuff over the years, right from the beginning. Okay, there is this stuff you have back of your mind from childhood.
Right.
There is the stuff you have inherited, and there is stuff you have learned from your parents. You have seen them dealing with things in certain way. Like I said, parenting is a modeling. The way we are dealing with things, our children are gonna deal with them in the same way. So yes, you have learned certain ways, but it's up to you now how you are going to take control of that, how you are going to unlearn and learn new set of behaviors, okay, and learn new techniques and skills to help yourself.
Right.
You need to help yourself.
So in the beginning, those things that you mentioned, when your bucket is accumulating, so they must start doing these, take up hobbies,
Yes.
take up something that they like to do, give yourself maybe on a daily basis, some time, exercise, as you said, anything else that they should, maybe some kind of support system, or to approach friends, people, or I'm not sure if Doha has such kind of groups or support systems where ladies can just go sit for some time, or men can just go and talk to people. But these things also as
and to be honest, Shanaz, if we try and make things difficult, if we try and look for, like, if there will be a certain group, then I will join. How about you create that group right inside your house? Sit down with your children, start talking on certain topics, sit down with your friends, and start creating that group. They might be going through a lot of stuff. You guys can help each other. Okay, you find a person who is non-judgmental. I'm sure everybody would have that one friend, one cousin, or mom, or sister, okay, or brother. You can talk to them, start talking to them. Talking has got a lot of healing inside. Okay. The problem is yours when it's shared, it's halved. Right. Okay. That's the whole thing. Therapy is based on what people do. They come and talk about their problems to us. And when they talk about them, they start seeing different perspectives to
Yeah.
deal with them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Half the battle is won by at least sharing it, just
Yeah.
getting it out. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Sleep well.
Right.
Sleeping is really, really important.
Right.
Look at your sleep patterns when
Right.
you're sleeping. Change them. Having a sleep hygiene is very important to
Right.
channelize your sleeping hours.
Right.
Sleeping at nighttime, getting up early, having an exercise,
Right.
having the gratitude in your life.
Right.
Yes, we do. We have this tendency to look at things. I don't have this, I don't have that.
Yeah.
When I will have this, I will do this.
this.
When I will be given this opportunity, then I'll do this.
So just be thankful with what you have at that moment, either your prayers or either just be thankful with people around you or things like that. Right.
Having the small breaks in your routine is
Right.
another important one.
Right.
Do a task, sit down, take a cup of tea. It's okay to take breaks. Listen to
Right.
your body, what you
Right.
need at that time. Okay. Delegation is very important. Look around your support system. It's okay to give your children some tasks. It's
Right.
actually so good for them. They'll build that sense of responsibility in them. Give tasks to your husband, give tasks to your extended family. Okay.
Right.
See how they can be useful to you.
Right.
Okay. Like just an example, one of my friends, her mother-in-law is actually disabled in a way that she cannot move around.
Right.
And then she said, how can I use her? I said, look what things she can use, she
sitting,
can do for
she
you.
can do some
Okay?
cutting, chopping,
So she did a lot of cutting,
stitching.
chopping, and it helped her massively. And then she was busy as well. She was like, oh, why didn't you think of it before? I could have done that. Right. Okay. So instead of her sitting the whole time and noticing what the
I do that. My mom-in-law specifically, she's good at stitching still, good eyesight.
Oh, mashallah.
So I give her that and she kind of does that sitting.
Yeah. So delegation is important. Using the support system around you. Like I said, there's no superwoman. There's no superman. We all are human beings, and we our skills are limited to a certain point. So accepting that, accepting your limitations, you might be very good at one thing, but you cannot be good at everything. Okay. Mindfulness is again, it's increasing. There's more awareness about mindfulness nowadays. There's a lot of stuff on internet. There's a whole website. I can put a link down at the end of this. Please go and read that. But just on a simple note, mindfulness is to enjoy the moment you're in. Okay. Your past is gone. I teach my children that look at the clock in 3 sections. I'm big on boxes. I'm sorry. So there's a box of your past.
Right.
It's gone.
Okay.
It's not gonna come back.
Right.
Okay. No matter how many times you're gonna say to yourself, if I had done better in that exam, or if I had done that talk in a better way.
Right.
It's gone.
That's gone.
Okay.
So you focus on present.
Yes, your future is gonna come. You cannot bring it back into your present. When you're wearing these 2 boxes, which is gone and which is gonna come, you're actually spoiling. You're missing out
the present box completely.
The present box, the box right now you have in your hands. That little play, the little giggle of your child, the watching TV together, the cooking together, the feeling of the smells around you. Like sometimes I teach my clients this small, simple technique that if you feel like your thoughts are racing, you just sit down and try and feel the sofa you're sitting in. Is it comfortable? Is it good? What color is it in? Try and notice the decorations around you. The interior around you, how they have put it on, what colors there are more, what do you like, what you don't like. So what all this does is brings you back, your focus back, your racing thought, it stops.
And all those worrying botherations are away because your mind is now looking at the current situation that you're in. Okay, that would help, I believe. Great. Okay. All right. With that, I believe we'll come to an end with this episode. It was a pleasure to have you, and we wish to have more sessions where we can sit and talk about more concerns and issues. There is one where we can immediately probably go on to discuss about things with children, which we've not covered a lot in this episode. children, adolescents, and teenagers.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for staying tuned to this episode of Unfiltered Talks with Shehnaz Mirza. Please leave us your comments. How did you like the episode? If you have any questions to be answered, we could take it up in the future episodes. If you also like to reach out to Dr. Misbah, please do so through the link given below. Stay tuned, Unfiltered Talks with Shehnaz Mirza.